colleagues to join us here. Grant, you're joining us in person. It's good to see you. That's why I didn't get a question from you today. Well, I'm glad we're rotating this around. This is good. I see Fred's not here, so Fred sent me a question. Great. Well, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. As I mentioned last week in my press conference, we will be going to weekday press conferences every weekday at 2 p.m. to be able to bring you up to date on what is going on with regard to the state's endeavor to slow the spread of the coronavirus here in our state and some of the other things that we have going on. I've got several people that are with me here today. I've got Todd Becker, who is the CEO of Green Plains. They're an ethanol-based company. We're going to give him a chance to talk about what he is doing with regard to his effort and his company's effort to help us with the coronavirus emergency. I also have Jason Jackson, who is our Chief Human Resources Officer, as well as our Director for the Department of Administrative Services. And I'm going to ask him to talk right after me about some of the things we're doing with regard to our state teammates. I also have in the audience Tony Fulton, our Tax Commissioner. When we get to the Q&A part, we can have Commissioner Fulton come up and talk if he is necessary. John Albin, our Labor Commissioner, is also available. Dr. Gary Antone, our Chief Medical Officer, is available as well during questions and answers. I want to start by thanking every Nebraskan who has been working to slow the spread of the coronavirus here in our state. A week ago, the President made an announcement with regard to a 10-person rule that we have implemented here in the state of Nebraska. And Nebraskans all across the state have stepped up to meet that challenge. We've seen that events like concerts and athletic events, weddings and funerals have been limiting to 10 people or canceling. We've seen that businesses have been complying and working to keep their customers safe by having that social distancing and, again, limiting the number of people coming in to 10 people or less. We also saw last week that Douglas County issued a directed health measure, as well as the state of Nebraska, for not only Douglas County, but also Sarpy County, Sarpy, Douglas, Cass, and Washington counties. And this goes one step beyond what we were already in with the 10-person rule to close dining in restaurants and in bars, closing bars, still allowing for carry-out package for bars, carry-out delivery or drive-through for restaurants. And almost universally, we've seen just tremendous response. In fact, I was just at Qdoba, which is in Lincoln here, and not part of that directed health measure, but they had closed their dining and were doing takeout only. And they told me that it had certainly impacted their business, but they're seeing a lot of takeout orders. So please continue to support your local restaurants with that takeout or delivery or drive-through. But I just want to thank all the Nebraskans across the state that are making adjustments, whether it's people who are working together to be able to address child care issues, whether it's our healthcare professionals, whether it's our first responders. Everywhere across the state, we have been seeing people doing the right thing. I had asked last week that Nebraskans use common sense and good judgment, and we are seeing them. So thank you to all the Nebraskans who are out there doing it. And I want to continue to urge Nebraskans that we need to continue to follow those good hygiene methods, right? We want to make sure that we continue to keep people healthy and safe. So, again, no handshaking, right? In fact, I think people even stopped doing the elbow bumps now. I think they're just like staying away, waving, and doing that kind of thing. Absolutely, that's the right thing to do. Keep your distance, 6 feet from the other person. If you see somebody is sick, stay away. If you are sick, and specifically when I mean sick, if you have flu-like illnesses, right? You've got a headache, you got high fever or fever, you got upper respiratory, okay, so if you got those upper respiratory stuff, coughing, those flu-like symptoms, stay home. We need you to stay home, and especially if you're in the Omaha area, if somebody in your household has those symptoms, everybody in the household needs to stay home. Okay, we've got 2 cases of community spread, which led to our triggering of that directed health measure. We need people in Omaha, again, if you've got those flu symptoms, if you're sick, stay home. If anybody in your household is sick, stay home. Continue to make sure you're washing your hands often and washing them for 20 seconds at a time. Remember, we've covered the whole sing happy birthday twice. That works. Make sure that you're doing all the other things we need.